Hello everybody and welcome to a new video on the channel. I know it's been a while. We've obviously had the winter break in terms of Christmas and New Year. Hope everybody had a great Christmas and New Year. I've got a few videos at the minute coming out, and obviously gearing up for the 2020 F1 season. What I thought I would do is do a first reaction video actually of the channel, and I'm going to be reacting to what myself and Jamie Davies, who's been on these few podcasts, done a few podcasts before, we did a top 5 drivers championship predictions last season, before the season started in 2019, and what I thought I'd do is react and see how well we actually did in terms of predictions. Yeah, without further ado, let's start the video and see what the hell we put and who would be number one in the end of the season.
I don't know whether is my I'm not being cut off at the top, am I? Can you still see my top?
Seems alright. I look really small.
Do you want me to drop mine a little bit?
Maybe. Just drop it a little bit.
That was it.
Seriously, working with Jamie is an absolute. It's a joy, but we never get anything done. So getting a video out is actually pretty good. I mean, to be fair, but there is a bit of messing about in between. So when Jamie used to do these videos, I used to feel bad because it's a lot of editing to do, and now I know how he feels even more because I have to edit the messes that I make up when I do podcasts. So I know how he feels when he used to edit these things. But yeah, let's hope it gets better from here.
Welcome to Let's Talk Sport and Sports Kingdom. Today it is F1 race week, so we are getting very excited. Literally, things are rising that I don't want to discuss. But it's incredibly exciting this week with the race taking place in Melbourne for the Australian Grand Prix. So, well, we thought, because the season's about to start, we of course did our top 10 liveries of 2019. This time we are doing our top 5 prediction for the Drivers' Championships. And what I've really forgotten to do is that we've got to toss a coin, Jack, of who goes
very
first.
Unprepared now.
This is very unprepared. Heads or tails? Tails. And it is heads, so that means I go first. So, I'm going to have to go first. So, who is going to finish 5th in the Drivers'
He had no idea. He was hoping he wasn't going to go first.
Because I got to go with either my heart or my brain. And I think for me, my first, to come 5th.
He's got no idea.
I'm trying to think now. To come 5th, I'm going to go for Pierre Gasly.
Really?
Pierre Gasly, like, even now watching this video back, the man chose Pierre Gasly. Like, I have absolutely no idea. I could tell he had no clue who to pick, but he seriously could have picked Robert Kubica at this point. Why he chose Pierre Gasly, I have no idea. Obviously, his first season at Red Bull, we know how it went in the end. But I mean, why he chose Pierre Gasly to even be in this top 5, I have no idea, and I have to say that he regrets it from the very beginning. From the very moment he says it in this video. So just watch how it unfolds by choosing Pierre Gasly. But honestly, no idea.
Yeah, I don't really know why I've just said no. I've said it now. I've said it now for no reason. I kept thinking Max Verstappen, but I kept thinking, what if he goes higher and Red Bull do really well this season? But yeah, I'm going to go with Pierre Gasly. I feel as though that's not a very good prediction at all. You know, the guy's very inexperienced still. He's driven for Toro Rosso. He will be I think he will be.
Now he's talking himself out of it, but he's already made the choice. So he has to stick with the fact that our top 5 starts with Pierre Gasly. I mean, no disrespect to Pierre. If you are watching this video, I mean, hi, please subscribe. But honestly, no idea why he chose you at this point. But, you know, Pierre Gasly.
Be the second man at Red Bull because Verstappen is such a hot favourite for Red Bull at the moment.
Why did you put him 5th?
I don't know. Maybe he might turn up later on in this list. I don't know. You don't ruin me.
I was going to say, I'm next, so I might ruin this. I mean, where do I go from Pierre Gasly? I mean, let's be honest. What have you done?
I don't know.
Because there's 5 drivers now, and I've got to pick.
We should have gone with 10, shouldn't we?
Honestly.
To be fair, this is the point that I was thinking when he said Pierre Gasly. It was like, but I had 5 drivers in mind, and you've come in straight away with your 5th one, and he wasn't even in my 5. So there's going to be one guy from my list that's going to lose out now. So it was trying to think, who am I going to lose out on this list, and who I think's going to be 4th on it. And honestly, Jamie, seriously,
My 4th place, I think, will be Charles Leclerc.
Charles Leclerc. Oh, I like that one. I quite like that one.
I think Charles Leclerc will be 4th. I don't think, as much as I'd love him to be fighting at the top, I think...
Now, if I have a look on the driver standings, now I've chosen Charles Leclerc. Interestingly enough, I got Charles Leclerc right. So, if anything, everything else is probably wrong in this video. I haven't looked it up properly, but my prediction of Charles Leclerc being 4th at the end of the season was correct. So, if anything, I can be proud of that. If I just have a look, where was Pierre Gasly? I mean, he was 7th. So, I mean, Jamie missed him out by 2, but in terms of points, Pierre Gasly had 95, and the person that was in 5th place, don't want to ruin it yet, the person that was in 5th place had 240, so he wasn't really that close, but he was only 2 away in terms of the actual standings.
To be fighting at the top, I think he will get a couple of wins this season, but I don't think he will beat Sebastian Vettel or Lewis Hamilton in the race for the championship. In his first season at Ferrari, I think he just needs to sort of bed himself in and get as many points as possible, and I think he will do that, and will finish 4th overall at the end of the year. So
I feel as though he's like the smile assassin, like Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. He just seems to look nice and kind when you meet him, but really he's deadly.
I hope he goes in for the kill in a couple of races.
Hopefully he doesn't murder anyone, because you do go to prison for
But
that.
if he wins the Italian Grand Prix this year,
that's not a prediction. I said if he wins the Italian Grand Prix, it'll be, and he won the Italian Grand Prix. And to be fair, at the end of the race, with all the Italian fans, it was exactly that. So fair dues to you, Charles Leclerc. That was good, and also a good insight. I should have put money on it.
That would be beautiful. Or Monaco. Monaco Grand Prix,
if he gets
didn't work out as much.
What's it called? He's won it.
Well, exactly. All you need is pole. I do like Charles Leclerc. I like the development of that guy. I've actually got a wallpaper on my laptop for him. He actually liked my Instagram picture.
Oh, here we go again.
Well, we say he did. It was probably his manager. I don't know. I don't know if they have real...
Just remember, it was Charles. Just think of it.
Yeah,
it was him. He did do that.
It was.
But now you've got to pick top 3. So you're in
At least it wasn't
now.
Charles Peake. Wow. So far we've gone for Gasly and Leclerc.
Yeah.
You can tell which one clearly has better F1 knowledge.
Jamie has got good knowledge.
Go for 3rd, I'm going to go for Valtteri Bottas.
No.
I would, but the question...
He was actually going to be... he was 1 or 2 when I was doing this video. I thought Bottas had a chance of winning the championship this season, and I actually wanted him to win the championship for 2019. When Jamie said him in 3rd, I was a little bit disappointed, but the fact that we actually put him on the list, what was something, I suppose. Obviously Bottas did finish 2nd at the end of the season, and was sort of Hamilton's rival in terms of fighting him for the championship. But Jamie picked him 3rd, and that's what we got to go with.
The question is, if he gets 3rd, will this be his last season at Mercedes? Will it be enough to get him another season when you've got Esteban Ocon knocking on the door in the Mercedes garage? I don't know. I feel as though he might be a bit more ruthless, but if he doesn't even get a race win this season, then I think he's gone. I don't know about you.
No, I think you're right, but I think he
did get a few race wins, so I actually like to know what Jamie's opinion was on Valtteri Bottas this season. I haven't actually asked him, to be fair, and what he felt, because he won the Australian Grand Prix, the first race of the season. He won the Azerbaijan Grand Prix, and he was looking good. 2 wins in the first 4 races. It was looking good for him, but when you go down the rest of the season and scrolling down through, I mean, he doesn't win again until not even Russia. I thought he won the Russian Grand Prix this season. I can tell how my knowledge of F1's gone since the winter break, as it were. But he won the Japanese Grand Prix, and he won the US Grand Prix. So he won 4 races in the 2019 season. So it wasn't bad, but when you have somebody like Lewis Hamilton who just keeps winning, you need to do better than that if you're going to be his title rival and really push him for the rest of the season. So, I mean, Jamie's prediction of he needs to win a few races this season, he did do that, but just not enough.
He did as well. I think confidence-wise, he needs that win. I think if he can get one in the first 3 races, then I think you will see a completely different Valtteri Bottas to what you did last season. But I think it depends. I mean, if it finishes the season with all 3 in the top 3 very close points-wise, then I think Valtteri Bottas will have staked a good claim. But if it's Vettel or Hamilton or whoever we're going to put in the top 2, I don't know yet.
Do we say that they were really close together? I mean, obviously we'll discount 3rd, but in terms of Lewis Hamilton and Valtteri Bottas, 326 points to Lewis Hamilton's 413. Is that close in terms of F1? I mean, we haven't had a really close one, since like Fernando Alonso and Sebastian Vettel on like the Brazilian Grand Prix. I mean, we haven't really had anything like that. I mean, I suppose Nico Rosberg and Hamilton, you could say, but yeah, that one didn't really give me much. I don't want to say enjoyment, but I preferred the Vettel and Alonso one. But yeah, I'm not sure. They're very close together, and yeah, I want to see it better this season coming in 2020. I want it to be a bit closer between, well, as many teams as possible, really, but at least 3 or 4 drivers. That would be amazing.
But in the top 2, I don't know yet. If they run away with it, and the person in 3rd, like Bottas, is 50 points behind, then Esteban Ocon has a shout for that drive seat next year. But yeah, it just depends. I mean, again, I'm hoping Valtteri Bottas does do well. He had a poor year last year, and I just think he needs that. And I think we both like Valtteri Bottas as a driver and as a person on the grid. So I hope he has a good year. And as much as I'm annoyed that you've only put him at 3, I think that's actually quite good that he is in this top 5, because I think he needs to be in there. At number 2, I'm going to go with, and this might get a bit of hate, I'm going to go with Lewis Hamilton.
Yes! I was going to say the same thing. Yes!
Yes, I'm going to go with Lewis Hamilton because
we were both happy at this point
because
I'm guessing if people have watched these videos already, that I respect Lewis Hamilton, but I would never say, even though I'm British, I would never say he's been my favourite driver. Growing up, it was always Jenson Button, so whenever them two were racing, I always wanted Button to win. And since Button's left, I was a Ricciardo fan when Button was here as well, so it's sort of gone from Jenson Button to Daniel Ricciardo. I like Max Verstappen. Lewis Hamilton isn't high up on my list. I respect him. He's been a tremendous driver for the sport, and obviously for Great Britain as well. But I wanted to see somebody win it, and somebody different to win it. We've always had the dominance of Mercedes and Lewis Hamilton, so I put him at number 2, hoping that something would happen. But obviously we know how the 2019 season ended, so let's just see what Jamie says as well.
I'd like somebody else to win, but because of the fact that I think Ferrari are going to do really well this year. I think obviously with the 2 drivers are strong drivers together, but I want Sebastian Vettel to do well. I want to see that determination. I want to see that fight, and I'm hoping that if I say this now, I'm hoping that he is going to say Sebastian Vettel. But I really want Sebastian Vettel to win this year. I think we need to see something different, and I think he needs the belief in himself to win in a different team and to win at Ferrari, which is one of his boyhood dreams to race and win at Ferrari. So yeah, I think Lewis Hamilton will be strong. I think it will be close, but yeah, I think Lewis Hamilton will finish second in the grid.
I must admit, I didn't want Lewis Hamilton to win it this year. I mean, could you tell? He's probably still the best driver on the track, but the reason why I agree with you is because I just want to see someone else win it instead, something fresh, because he's won the last 2 championships. Great response to losing out to Nico Rosberg, and obviously Nico Rosberg never came back for that 4th year battle or whatever year it was. Yeah, I was gutted. Yeah, I was gutted he never came back. He's actually doing stuff like we are now. He's doing vlogs. He gets a lot more viewers though.
How dare you?
This is also true. Nico, I mean, we would have loved to have seen you come back and race. I think it would have been really interesting to see Nico Rosberg and Lewis Hamilton for another year. But obviously that didn't happen, and like you said, he wanted to leave the sport and take some time away, and less than a year later he's doing vlogs and he's on the grid, just not as a driver. But hey, if that's what you want to do, that's Nico Rosberg's idea. That's what he wants to do now in his career, and that's absolutely fine. But yeah, if you could help us get a few more viewers, Nico, that would be absolutely perfect.
It does help when you've got a name. We've got names, you know.
We've all got names.
We've all got names. So let's go back. 5th was Pierre Gasly, biggest regret of my life.
Goodness me.
4th, we had Charles Leclerc. 3rd, we had Valtteri Bottas.
I almost forgot that.
And I'm forgetting my own predictions. Must be really bad. Just shows I'm not going to bet on this. And 2nd was Lewis Hamilton. Yep, we said it. Okay, I'm going to have to say the obvious because it's probably the only prediction I might be happy with, and that is
Lando Norris.
That would have been
exactly that.
You heard it here. Sebastian Vettel.
I love how he was making me say his own prediction. Like, he didn't want hate for people moaning. So now I basically said the top 2 drivers, because Jamie was like, please say it because I don't want to get the hate if we do. So he literally passed it over to me, which was, you know, lovely, Jamie, thanks.
Yeah, spot on. And it would be nice to see him, you know, level with Hamilton on 5 World Championships, and then, you know, people can look at him then and think, oh, he's now only 2 off Michael Schumacher, you know, 1 German to another. And, you know, I would love to see Vettel finally win a World Championship at Ferrari. He's been there for, well, this will be his 4th season, won't it? So, no, 5th season, sorry. And
to be fair, I had no idea. I was just like, please, Jamie, figure it out. I you know, honestly can't remember when he went there. But now I've paused it. You know, we both went with Sebastian Vettel. To be fair, we didn't know what each other were going to say in terms of our top 5. I definitely didn't know he was going to say Pierre Gasly at 5th. And I didn't know he was thinking Sebastian Vettel for 1st as well. You know, in terms of our decisions, I think he's already gone into it and said, you know, we wanted to see somebody different and we wanted to see Sebastian Vettel rise up. But in terms of getting predictions wrong, our one for number 1, being Sebastian Vettel, was totally wrong. I mean, Sebastian Vettel finished the season below Charles Leclerc in 5th place. You know, not too bad, not too far away in terms of points. I mean, 240 did Vettel and 264 did Charles Leclerc, but you know, when somebody comes in for their first season, like Leclerc has done, and already beats you, when you know you're a 4-time world champion, has probably got to hurt for Sebastian Vettel. So yeah, I think that's like the one prediction that we shouldn't really talk about too much, is that we really did think Vettel was going to do it this year, and you know, he had some silly mistakes again this season, and hopefully 2020 is a year where he gets back on it, and you know, we see another version of Sebastian Vettel, one that we haven't seen for a couple of years, the ruthless one, the Red Bull Sebastian Vettel. You know, we saw it a couple of times last year, but you know, we did see like the silly mistakes still. So I mean, let's just see what we thought about Sebastian Vettel being number 1.
You know, I'd love to see him do it. I think it took a few years for Schumacher to get his first championship when he joined Ferrari. And I just hope this time it happens for Vettel. He needs to step up though, where he had slip-ups last year with, let's not forget, the German Grand Prix.
Oh, yeah.
He won that race, I thought, until the rain hit and he didn't have the right tyres and he went off track. And then another one is basically the fact that what happened the year before with Raikkonen and himself crashing on the home straight of Singapore. So I would like to see Vettel win it. I really think it depends on Leclerc as well. Will Leclerc give him a battle to worry about, or will it just be focusing on Hamilton? Anyway, that's our thoughts. Just quickly, Jack, would you have gone for Vettel before we started this video?
Yes, I would have. However, I wouldn't have gone with Pierre Gasly at 5th.
You're going to keep reminding me, aren't you,
Yes,
Jack?
I am.
Anyway, we're full of regrets as always. At least it wasn't, I don't know, at least it wasn't at night somewhere. But you know, we've done okay. It's only predictions.
Honestly, you don't know what Jamie's going to say.
Thank you very much for watching. Remember to subscribe to Let's Talk Sport for more of these videos, and of course follow our stuff with Sports Keeda.
So, I mean, obviously the one that's going to be discussed now is the fact that we didn't have Max Verstappen in that top 5. And to be fair, I would have put him in there, but I'm going to keep saying it again. We obviously had Pierre Gasly in that race. So yeah, I think Jamie would have said Max Verstappen. Was it not for a brain fart at the beginning when even he put, I have no clue what to say. I think Max Verstappen obviously would have been in there, but I think the way we structured it going into that season, I felt that was going to be the prediction, and I felt that as a team we did quite well in terms of laying out the standings. Obviously we got Charles Leclerc right, but we got everybody else wrong. So yeah, I mean, let's hope that I might try and get Jamie to see if we can do another one of these. It might be over Skype or something like that, but we'll see what we can do. But I will do a prediction of what I think the top 5 will be for 2020. And then, yeah, in a year's time, I'll probably have to react to how wrong I was in that one. But yeah, I've really enjoyed looking back at this video. If you would like me to do a couple more, we do have a few F1 videos on this Let's Talk Sport channel that we used to do videos on. So if you would like me to do a bit more of reactions to a couple of things on this channel, please let me know. I've really actually enjoyed looking back at this video, so yeah, it's been a lot of fun. So thank you very much for watching. Like the video if you've enjoyed it, subscribe to the Pole Position podcast. We will be doing more videos in 2020, and I'm really looking forward to the season starting now. We've obviously got winter testing, and we've got the race in Australia in Melbourne in March. So yeah, still a lot of videos to look forward to, and yeah, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you all very soon. Take care.